Here we are at CMJ 2014 with Alexz Johnson. Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So, this is your first time, I hear, you performing at CMJ?
This is the first, I guess, official showcase I've done. I played Rockwood Music Hall once when I first moved here a couple years ago, but this is my first album release and PR team, and yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So, you excited about it?
I am. We're a little tired. I'm on a 2-month tour right now with my band, and we just drove in from Maine to Portland this morning.
Oh, yeah. You're on tour until early December, correct?
Exactly.
All over the States.
Well done. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to Webster Hall tomorrow.
Yeah,
and,
that's a great venue.
It's a great venue, and tonight should be good. Nice little 20-minute set, so it shouldn't be too long.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
And what time are you going on?
8:20 to 8:40.
Okay, great. I want to try and sneak out there.
Yeah, you
I know we
should.
got a lot going on, but I'm going to try and sneak out there to check out the show.
Amazing, yeah. It's I love the sound. I have the most amazing band with me this time.
Oh, good.
My younger brother Garrison's 17. I flew him out from Canada to be in the band.
So he's on tour with you for the whole tour? Or?
Yep, he's here for the whole tour, and he's amazing. And Patrick Droney's playing guitar in the band, and I'm having him open before Jared in the Mill each night. He's so good.
Oh,
The exchanges
nice.
he plays. He's an electric guitar player, but he's also an artist.
Yeah.
Watch out for him. He's amazing. So this band's pretty powerful, and this music's pretty soulful. So I feel really lucky to be working with such great musicians.
So what brings you to Brooklyn from Canada?
I've kind of done the Canadian thing. I was the lead of a show there for 4 years.
Yeah.
There's not really, for me, I kind of wanted to branch out of that market. I find that a lot of artists that really start developing big in Canada have a hard time crossing over to the States. I don't know why that is. So I just moved to Brooklyn, found a cheap place to live, got my green card, busted my ass, and I've done 5 tours since I've lived here. And I wanted to just meet musicians that would, the core of it. I wanted to be at the heart of it all.
You're doing a lot of things right. You have a new album that just came out. Was it last week, I guess?
Yeah, Let Me Cake came out.
And that is Let Me Cake, correct?
Exactly.
And what's the response like on that?
It's been really amazing for what I have. I mean, I'm not with a major. We turned down a major label deal upon completion of the record. David Kahne produced it, who's amazing. And I'm with Alexz Music Management, and they've been helping advise me. I feel like the music I do and the goals I'm trying to reach in my career are not in any way what's happening in the industry right now. It's way more like the artists I love are Bruce Springsteen and Melissa Etheridge, and really classic long-term careers. So I like just having control of my music and control of who I play with and my tours, and I'll push the best I can. But I'm not sure if this stuff is quite radio, but I'm fine with just making my fan base happy with the music I write, and my expectations are pretty minimal. Just to continue touring, continue putting out music is my goal at this point. I've been signed a couple times, and that's a tricky thing.
Yeah. I guess that's a really good approach, because if you over-expect, then you get disappointed, and you go at it in a different angle, and it's nice to see how things evolve and grow.
Exactly.
And stepping away from the music, talking about, the success that you've had, and going back to the days in Canada when you were actually an actress. And I guess you're doing some acting now as well, too. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just did a series with Julia Stiles and Jake Avnet and John Avnet, and I did that in LA. That was great, but I got to play a musician, and I got to write music for it, which was really cool.
I heard about that.
So the acting things that come into my life, as long as it's stuff that I can write music for, it's kind of more. But right now, I'm so focused on just this next 2 years for me is seriously going to be touring this record. I want to go to Brazil, South America. I want to go to Europe again and tour there with a full band. I did an acoustic run there with Ron Pope opening some pretty big venues, which was amazing. But I want to keep just building my touring audience. I'm willing to put the work in that way.
Very good, very good. So, have you said you've toured in those areas before? So you have a fan base down there already?
Well, I was the lead of a show for a while, a couple of years ago, a long time ago, and I wrote music for that show, and since then I've been putting out music independently. So a lot of the fans have stayed with me since that show aired, so that kind of gave me a leg in that way.
Okay.
I mean, being the lead of a show, it can be a detriment, and it can also be a positive.
Yeah.
A detriment in the fact that you can get compared to artists that don't take music as seriously as I do. I'm not going to name names, but...
but who?
Yeah. But on like a positive note, it's kind of opened me up to a lot of bigger of a fan base, which is a blessing.
Yeah, good.
I look at artists like Jenny Lewis, who started in film, and she's doing her thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not going to be a quick road, but I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I love connecting with people live, no matter how big the audience is. I was born to do this, you know?
Well, you know, sometimes the larger the show, it gets less intimate, and it sounds like, you know, you enjoy really connecting with the fans. So you know, a show like Webster Hall, you know, even though it's a huge venue, is a very intimate venue to play at.
I agree.
You know,
yeah.
and I think you could hold a couple thousand people in there.
Yeah.
But it's still the way that it's designed. It's
hear
so
a pin drop.
intimate. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really good. So connecting with the fans. Do you use social media? How do you stay connected with them?
Well, I pledge funded my last record, which is a really good way to get one-on-one with the fans. I directly send them vinyl and product, and that's a lot of work, but in the end, it's more control.
And you do that all yourself, or do you have a team of people?
I have a team, I have a great management team, and I work with a fulfillment company, which is awesome too.
Yeah.
But you still got to sign it and package it and ship it, and while on tour and stuff, that can be kind of like a lot to do. But yeah, it's been, you know, I feel like having Twitter and having Instagram and having Facebook is a great way for me to stay. I love being connected. I love keeping them in the loop. It's like kind of it's like our own way of, you kind of have to be a bit of an entrepreneur this day and age to be a musician as well, you know? Unless you have that machine around you, and you're willing to give up the control. But if you want to be able to do it all, do the music you want, you have to get savvy with that stuff, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So let's get back to the new album, Let Me Cake. So where did you write that? Like, what was the influence, and how did that all come about?
It was kind of it can be, I want it to be kind of an anthemic song in the sense that people can take it however they want, wherever they're at in their life. It's nothing poignant or direct. It's not about one specific thing. It can touch in on politics, it can touch in on what's happening in the economy, it can touch in on what's happening in the music industry. You know, fuck it, what's going on. I feel like the world's kind of like in a bit of a bubble. And that's just coming from someone who's been signed twice to majors, and I've been in the game for a long time. So it's kind of like this is not, I'm just going to do it my own way and do what I want to do. It can also be, I feel like, you know, personal, a relationship, something that you feel you've had enough, let them eat cake, as in, we're never going to be on the same level, I'm always going to be who I am, you're going to be who you are, so let's just go on with our day and enjoy what we can. And fuck you. Pretty much.
Nice.
So it could be many things. It can be taken in many different, you know, ways.
And where do you find yourself doing most of your writing?
So I do it all over the place. I came up with the hook of Let 'Em Eat Cake in Brooklyn in my apartment after a glass of wine. I brought it to a studio and wrote the song in about a half an hour over that hook. And then we just added a live drum beat, and it was done. Really simple. Other songs take longer.
Yeah.
It just depends. And it became the title track just because of how I feel at 27.
Yeah.
In my life, this is where I am, this is what I'm feeling. It's been a tough year. I went through a lot of stuff this year, you know. Some legal stuff happened for the first time in my life. I had to just conquer a lot of things, and it kind of felt like this is that release for me. I'm growing bigger balls, I guess, you know. And that's where this record ended, and where that song was the last one I wrote, and I was like, this album's done. So.
Excellent. So writing for the TV show versus writing for the album, how different is that? Is there
totally.
a difference? Yeah.
There's no emotion. There's emotion, but it's different. I'm channeling other things. My music's kind of like my diary. Like, it's incredibly vulnerable for me and hard for me to share. And sometimes on stage, my eyes will water, and it's just like, it's a whole something, you know. It's me. It's like vulnerable. We're playing a character and writing songs for other artists is not. It's like a job. You know. It's like a job. It's not me.
All right. Well, you know, I thank you very much for taking time, you know, out of CMJ. I'm going to be looking for you on the road,
Come to the show tonight.
Yeah, we'll check you out at Webster Hall.
Awesome.
And you know, wish you much success on the new album.
Thank you.
And where could people find you? Online, on Twitter?
It's on my new album's on iTunes. Alexz Johnson. I have a Z in my name. Alexz Johnson. And just go to my website, alexjohnson.com. I'm giving away a digital download of the album, like a booklet with it, if you sign to my mailing list. And everything's on my website. I got my store up so they can get the physical copy from my online store. Right. And I'm in works with Caroline Distribution right now, which is an arm of Capital, to try to get it into stores. So
excellent.
I'll keep fans posted via Twitter and Facebook.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Good luck with everything. It was great chatting with you. Thank you so much.